Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy Sparkly Diamond Painting, and I've got another product review package for you. Hope y'all are doing well. This is the weekend finally, yay, and it's a 3-day weekend for me because of President's Day. So I hope you're staying warm. I know the weather's been pretty bad in a lot of places. It's been keeping us busy. So I'm finding a little bit of time here on this Sunday morning to share a product review package from the company Newcraftday, which is one that I've been working with for a long time. I think it was one of the original companies that reached out to me. So I appreciate them continuing to support my channel. And I've got some more goodies to show you. So Newcraftday is a Chinese company that offers diamond paintings as well as cross stitch and lots of off-canvas stuff and just a lot of different goodies. Each company that I review seems to have a few different things than the others and a little bit different prices and sales and all that. So I'm not going to give you the details of the sale they have going on right now. Just check it out because it will change based on when you see this video. So it's not too late. The Chinese tariffs have not kicked in as far as I know. That's been changing a lot off and on, but I think at the moment it's still fine to order things overseas as the prices are right now. And I haven't really noticed any big price changes yet. I've got a couple orders that are on their way to me. One of them was from before Chinese New Year and it has finally shipped, but I also have another one coming my way. So check them out and see what you think, and we'll get right into this because that's what you really want to see here is diamond painting. So I do have one larger diamond painting here. Again, this is from Newcraftday, and the way these work is they give me a budget to spend and of course a little cross stitch because this was rather expensive, so I had to pick a smaller cross stitch. But they give us a budget that we can choose whatever we like and share with you all. So I went for a big diamond painting this time, and as you can see hopefully already, there's a lot of colors on this one. So let's open this up and see what we got. Look at those pretty colors. This is going to be a fun one, I can tell already, because I see a lot of line blocking with this. Ooh, it's also the nice softer canvas, which flattens out a lot easier. It's a polyester, but there's a couple different types out there. One of them is a little bit thicker. It's a little bit harder to get canvases to settle, but this is the softer one. And definitely a big one here. We'll keep on unrolling here, and you're like, what in the world is that? It's hopefully right side up here. No, it is not. That's probably why it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. There we go. So we'll look at the thumbnail here to see if you can see what that is. There, how about that? Does that make a lot more sense? That is irises. So it is a large floral. So let's turn it the way that it will make the most sense here. We got our toolkit and diamonds here. There we go. Does that make much more sense? So we got beautiful background and iris flowers here. That's why it looked a little bit hard to tell at first, because the flowers are very large and it's more of a watercolor style. So we don't have like very thick outlines on the flowers. They kind of blend into each other. And then here are the leaves of the iris plant and then the background. So this is definitely a big one. This is a 40 by 70. So if you like the idea of larger, more premium diamond paintings, but at a much easier to handle price, then you might check out this one. So this is Newcraftday again, and I'll put the price and everything down there, but this is 40 different colors. So again, there's the thumbnail. And it looks like it's rounds, but we'll have to double check that. So let me take a look. Yes, it is round. So I was kind of surprised it came with a little bit better toolkit here, but maybe that's because it's so large. But this is rounds, and I did write the price down here. So this one is iris. This one is $18.49. So a little bit more pricey than the small cheap ones, but look at the size of this. And because it's so large, I think the rendering looks really nice. I think those flowers look great. this is going to be a nice one to do. So we do have some guide circles here. Let's take a look at the details of the canvas here. We do have, like I said, 40 colors, but we do have guide circles on some of these lighter colors, which means you have to be a little bit more careful with your placing because you don't want those little black circles to show around it. It is handy for newer diamond painters to know exactly where to place the diamonds in those squares. It helps you line them up a little bit better, but it is a little bit harder to use a multi-placer, which can get the spacing off slightly, which will make those circles show if you're not careful. So I've gotten to where, even though I have other multi-placers, I use one that only does usually 4 squares, so 3 to 4 rounds at a time, and that way I don't get the spacing off but still have the advantage of placing a few at once. So love the colors here, lots and lots of different purples it looks like, and I like the contrast here with the yellow background. So there are a little bit darker colors it looks like around the edges here of some of these flowers, but they do kind of blend into each other as well. And as far as the background here, there is a little bit of darker color down here at the bottom. We'll see what that one is. That is letter E, which is usually black. Let's see. Lowercase e is hiding from me. There we go. Nope, it's 939. So even though that looks like black, it's a very, very dark blue. I don't see any 310 here, so we can take a quick look at the color list if you're really curious about that and know DMC numbers. We'll also look at the diamonds here in a minute, but I see lots of purples, but no 310 and no 3371, which is another one that causes me trouble. That's a very dark brown, so I don't see that one either. So there is a little bit of confetti or color changing down here in some spots, and this is printed horizontally. That's why I was thrown off a bit when I first unrolled it. I was like, what did I order? This looks kind of abstract, but it is printed sideways, but that's good for one of these that's longer like this one long and skinny, because you can work on it sideways to fit your table, but all the symbols are pointed straight up and down for you on the side there. So you can see it's actually much easier to read the symbols when you turn it sideways and go through. So we have lots of capital letters and a few other symbols in there, but mostly capital letters, a few lowercase letters. Like I said, the lowercase e that I talked about earlier, there's a lowercase a, and then some other symbols. I'm trying to see, they're kind of dark without a light pad. I always use a light pad, but I'm trying to see if there's anything really confusing like 8s and B's, but I don't see that because I don't see any numbers. I see no O. Yeah, there's an O. It's a very dark O, but I don't see any Q in there. O's and Q's can be really tough. So it looks like the symbols would be easy to read. Now let's take a look at the diamonds, because I want to get started on this one. I really like this. Toolkit is a little bit fancier toolkit, even though this is a round and not a square, and I think it's because of the size. So we've got a pen that has a multi-placer and a squishy already on it. A little bit bigger tray, but that's still pretty small for a diamond painting of this size. We've got some basic tweezers here, which are good for pulling diamonds off that get in the wrong place or picking them up when they scatter. We've got 2 different pads of wax, and we have a larger multi-placer, but I'm not sure I would use that on this one. We'll have to try it out and see. Maybe the spacing is great. Hard to tell, but those guide circles make it a little bit tricky to use those. So that's a nice toolkit. And then of course we have all the diamonds. I do not believe there are any AB drills. Oh, yes there are. I see them shining through. There we go. I see 2 different purple colors of ABs. So that'll really make this sparkle. So, wow, $18 for this, and that's before sale prices, of course. That is their regular price, but there's always sales going on. So the budget friendlies are getting closer and closer to the premium diamond paintings. So it'll be interesting to see over time how that works out. So here is the purple AB, lots and lots of those. Oops, and the bag is slightly open here, so I'm going to close it before we lose any more of those. We only lost a few, it looks like. So I will gather those up. I haven't run into any troubles recently on shortages of diamonds. I think the very first one that I ever did, I had to substitute a little bit, but I have a lot of spares in my collection now. So AB 209, and then here's another AB here, which is 333, the darker purple. So these irises are gonna sparkle. Let's look at these pretty colors. We got lots of purples and blues, and darker blue here, not too many of those. Ooh, look at that, wow. That's a really pretty purple. Light blue, and a darker blue. So we'll pull out those two ABs because I see another one. We'll grab that one real quick. And that is AB 210 right here. Then we've got the greens and some more blues. Oh, I love the colors on this one. 939 is definitely a big bag. That's that background, but it's not black. So that 939 I usually don't have any trouble with trash or anything, but rounds in general are much easier anyway. 907, 792, 470, lots of greens here, bottoms. And my puppers are seeing something out there in the yard. Hopefully, usually it filters out a little bit, so hopefully that's not too loud. Got a peach, and here's a big bag of gray to help with the, was thinking background, but no, it looks like these lighter flowers there have a little bit of gray. And there's more of the colors. There's a really dark purple there, even some oranges for the centers. And here's two more purple shades here, 155 and 340. There's one more of my AB drills. Let's see if there are any more ABs in here. I think I maybe missed one early on that I forgot to put in the pile. Let's see. Nope. Okay, a couple more darker blues. Ooh, maroon. Always love that maroon color because I am a A&M graduate. So Texas Aggies love their maroon. There's another AB, but look at that pink. Wow. Really, really bright colors here. So there's a AB 413, which is a gray. And that may be it. Usually it's about 4 that I find in these. So some more lighter colors here for the background. The background is really going to pop against those purple colors here. So, yeah, that color combo is going to be beautiful. It's harder to tell because it's a little bit muted on the canvas, on the printing because of all the letters and everything. But, wow, I'm really happy with this one. So, got 4 different colors of AB drills, and they're all going to be in the flowers there to make them really shine. That is cool. We'll put all these back, and I do appreciate these bigger bags to hold the drills because it makes it much easier for us content creators to just dump them in without fighting a tiny crinkly bag. These crinkle just a little bit less, and you can just stick everything in there and roll it up and not lose anything while you move on to the next thing. So definitely like those. So I'm gonna let this one sit a little bit today because I think I want to work on it. I'm off all day tomorrow, so I'll have some time to work on this and show you in an update because I definitely can't finish this one for this video, but I want to work on this one because I do indeed got one little drill trying to escape, but I do indeed really like it. So I'm not going to roll it up this time. I'm going to squish it under some of my other diamond paintings. So we'll move that off to the side. So because that was most of my budget, I did go look at the cross stitches to pick out just a little one as I usually do to finish off the money that they give me. And small cross stitch kits are really, really cheap in the $3 to $5 range typically. So this is a Joy Sunday. You can tell by the back of the bag. It has all the instructions on it. But we have a cute little purple dragon with butterflies. So this is called the Purple Little Dragon. Makes sense. It is a 14 count little one. This is 21 by 31 centimeters. Not too many colors. There is some back stitching though. As you can see, the smaller ones usually need back stitching to add the details to them. So we got our project bag here. And we'll pull it out. This one may be a little bit bigger than, I mean, I can see the size there, but it feels just a little bit bigger than I was expecting. So here we have our pattern. Joy Sundays come on the nice printed shiny paper. And we can see it's only got 16 colors. So that's going to be pretty easy to handle. We do, however, have a French knot. I'm guessing that's the eyes. And maybe a little bit of decoration on his nose. Nope. Looks like just the eye. So one French knot and definitely the back stitching, as you can see at least on part of this. So yeah, the only French knot I see there is in the eye, in the center of the eye. So you could replace that with a bead if you're not a fan of French knots, or just a little white stitch in there would work as well. So let's start with the canvas here. And this is the newer printing, which I've talked about that several times. At some point I should quit calling it newer printing because it's become the standard. So you can see that we have lighter colors on here, not the really deep red, so it's a little bit easier on your eyes, and also no back stitch printed on there to make the symbols harder to read, because the back stitch is added at the end. So you can see there the butterfly has those little stitches for the antenna tips hanging out there, but no back stitch lines really printed on there. And maybe there might be some really faint, actually there are some really faint lines printed on there, which is even nicer. So for the areas where you don't have stitching, it's faint, but it is there. Hopefully you can see that. So we do indeed have very faint back stitch lines, but they're not getting in the way of the symbol printing, which is really, really nice. So we have our key here around the edges. Looks like some really bright colors, and it is serged, so it won't come undone. Now this one looks like it's a really small margin here on each side. It's only maybe an inch for US people, a couple centimeters there. But what you notice is when you wash this, all these grid lines go away. So the margin is actually from the edge to the first cross stitch. And so there's a little bit more of an edge than it would appear based on that graph. But it is a little bit tighter than some of the others. It should be enough though that I might turn this into a project bag. It's about the right size that this may end up, once I'm done stitching it, I will sew other fabric around it and add a zipper and turn it into a project bag. So this has been a day of purple, I guess. We've got our 2 needles here, and this is our thread card. Beautiful purple colors again. Look at that. Same kind of DMC numbers there. No, slightly different. The diamond painting was more into the 300s and 210 range. And this is more 153 and then the 500 range there for the purples. But we got that purple yellow combination in here. Love that. And then some peaches and pinks there. A little bit of black for back stitching here. Tiny bit of white. And these red numbers show you how much of each, how many strands you need basically. So this one being only half a strand means you only need a little bit of that color. So this might be a fun one. The way I might tackle this one is to do it color by color. A lot of times I'll start either bottom left or top left and work my way this way, so I have previously made stitches to anchor my new threads in. But this one might be a fun one to do color by color. So the first color on there is 153, that light purple, which is around, it looks like, I'm trying to put my cheaters on to see where that symbol is. That's a red circle. So yes, that's a good one to start, it looks like, because there's a lot throughout his body. That's the very light purple that we see that I almost was afraid was white, but that's all these little light dots. So this might be a good one to do color by color. We'll have to test it out and see, but really, really cute. So, Purple Little Dragon, I should tell you the price. That one was $5.02 regular price. So really good deal for something like that. That's still hours of fun that you can spend working on a cross stitch to go along with your diamond painting. So I do my diamond painting in a chair at a table, but some days you just want to sit on the couch under a blanket. And we've got some really cold weather coming up, so it'll be a good time for that. So again, this was from Newcraftday, and I thank Newcraftday for letting me test out some of these different products. So we got our cute little cross stitch, but I think the star of the show here, let's see if I can reach down and pick it back up here. The star of the show is the Purple Iris diamond painting here. Really large size, really good deal for something that big. So we'll test this out, and I'll do an update later this month, probably for my February end of the month update, and I'll show you some progress on this and we can see how it looks. But I think that yellow with that purple is just going to be spectacular. So thank you for watching, and check out Newcraftday. It's still not too late to order without the tariffs and everything. Not sure how long that'll continue, but take advantage while you can and check out the good prices and see what you think. So thank you for watching.